Hello and welcome to the Cowboy4Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. I'm your host Jake. Today I'm joined by Ben from NolanTCG.
Hello.
And Luke from Locals.
Hello.
Lots of news to get through today, but we start with our week. How was your week in Yu-Gi-Oh? Let's start with Luke.
How was your week in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Ooh. I thought you were going to say like Lugia for some sec. For a second. Well, I didn't go Tuesday because it's still kind of awkward. But with that, I did speak to the dude that was there today. I don't know his name because I've only seen him there once. About like the time thing. I said like, are we going to go back to times that we used to before? And he said that they're still trying to work stuff out. But he said he's going to talk to Andrew, like the other dude. Apparently his manager or something.
Yeah, the manager of our store has not actually stepped foot in our store as far as I'm aware. He's a remote manager.
Oh,
so the dude that we're there at, who we're angry at most of the time, is just an employee. He's just a dude.
Sure.
So I asked him, I said, look, like Tuesdays used to be like 7 o'clock, so it wasn't like as awkward. Like, is there a chance that we can go back to that? Like, and he said he's going to talk to. And I don't know why they can't just go back to being 7. The dude said, I don't see why not. So I don't know why.
So I think the logic is that if it runs after 10, then they have to pay the guy that's there like double time or some shit, or I don't know.
Yeah, but it doesn't go like after 10 anyway. It never went that long.
Different type of time. Yeah.
I don't know. So hopefully that kind of sorts itself out. But then I played today. I played Infinite, fixed up the list finally. I went X1. Got store credit. Woo! Pretty good. Because of the whole shenanigans from before. It felt pretty good. I added Appaloosa into my extra deck because I was looking at like refreshing myself with like new combos or anything that popped up, and like Connector and Renard kind of like plays around Nib really nicely. So I added that. That came up a few times. Even like being able to just like extend into an Appaloosa then go for an Angelica. So that was cool. So I learned that kind of a bit more comfortable with different lines, because I know the standard stuff, but it's more so like how to play with certain hands when I get hand trapped a certain way. Because sometimes like people hand trap Infinite a bit awkwardly, like they'll actually Angelica search when you search for the field spell, so that kind of makes it a bit awkward. So like once I learn little niche interactions, then it should be cool. But it felt good to play Infinite, but getting a bit more confident, so it was good.
Yeah.
Didn't play Master Duel, so that was it.
Sanj.
I also didn't touch Master Duel this week.
I haven't played it in months,
just disregarded Master Duel.
Yeah, I know I did change up my as well. So I mean, cut anyone off if they're about to talk, but like my side deck, and also kind of like main deck staples, I guess, because I was maining like hand traps like Ash and Joel. I just cut them because I didn't want to play into like, especially for any events coming up, I don't want to play into like Talons and Thrusts. Yeah. So I feel like that's going to be quite relevant. So I'm kind of getting used to that, and I feel like Evenly is like quite solid against Unchained, Fire Engine deck, best case, and there's something else I can't remember. So I thought like Evenly in the main would be like solid. So I'm testing that at the moment. So
I've been evenly in the main a lot lately.
Yeah, I just think it's like good against like what I think I would see at events. So instead of siding, I thought it'd be maining it, and like Infinite will just need 1 or 2 cards to combo off anyway.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm still maining like Cowboy and Talon, so I still have going first cards. You know, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It felt solid. Side deck as well felt pretty good.
Nice.
Ben.
I didn't win a single locals this week.
I mean, of the two.
Of the two. It's devastating. Absolutely devastating. I went X1 at both and got store credit. Feels nice.
Yeah, getting store credit. That feels good.
Yeah, no. I just kind of... What happened Tuesday night? My loss was to Leo, playing Dragon Link. The last 2 locals, I have opened a lot of Rescue Ace traps in my opening hands. I'm like, this sucks. Yeah. I think at one point today, when I was playing Leo again, I opened 2, and then the rest of my hand was pretty unplayable. But then he also opened fairly badly and just ended on like a H Seals. So like my normal summon 1 monster, threaten the H Seals was enough to then prompt that. And then we were fine. But yeah, deck's still going fine. Still doing the same old thing. Still surprises me how much I can like push damage when I need to push damage. Yeah.
Deck does a lot.
Yeah.
So it's
actually
kind
crazy.
of just the same thing for the most part. Like, you've got a lot of tools in the extra deck, but
Just
like
more consistent.
it's well, yeah, because it just needs one card to do its entire combo effectively.
Yeah. Like, I am now pretty happy with, like, when I put together my extra deck originally, I was like, I'm never going to use, like, half of this. I use close to every card in my extra deck, but I think Heat Soul is the one I don't make a lot.
Mm.
So I'm probably going to cut the Heat Soul for something else that could be of more utility to me. But, yeah, outside of that, I use every card.
I feel like if you get to that point, you're probably OTKing anyway.
Yeah.
The Heat Soul's kind of just
Like, the
you
Heat
can't-
Soul also plays into Nib going first unnecessarily.
Yeah. You don't even need to link climb when going first. You just need to summon Big Boy in set 4.
Yeah, I think the play for Heat Soul is you're supposed to, like, if you open, like, the nuts go extenders, you, like, loop your level 1, your hydrant back, and you make a upsy downsies. You make an Salamangreat link to
Marsh?
Sunlight Wolf.
Oh.
Yeah, an upsy downsies. Yeah. And then you make a link Rebo under it, and then you turn them into
I was
Heat
quite
Soul
sad
and...
that we didn't get an Upside Downsies in Quartzy Rarezies.
No, we got upsy downsies in Ghost Ray.
Rare.
In Spooky Rarezies.
Yeah.
Spoopsies.
Oh, God.
It's terrifying. You play it on your opponent, like, ah, ghosts, ah!
Yeah.
What if you could play Lancies and Dropsies and Upside Downsies, Quartzy Rarezies? I'm literally just saying words now.
You are.
None of
yeah.
these mean
Like,
anything.
you can use Lampsies to make your ghosties upsy downsies, but yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's a fire.
How was your weekend locals, Jake?
It was fine. I don't think I did particularly well at locals, but in saying that, I've now got the extra cards and things I need to be able to build a competent list. So hopefully I can get shit together and practice a little bit prior to this time next week when there's regionals on.
I was going to say, we're going to start major events from kind of here on out.
Yeah. The biggest issue I see with that is that I'm not 100% like ready with this deck, but everyone is ready with the sides for this deck, because this is not the position I imagined myself in when the Unchained support was announced.
I am very concerned that you're playing this really shitty suboptimal build of Unchained, and I'm going to come up against someone at a regional, and they're going to be playing the optimized version. I'm going to be like, wait, you can do this?
Oh, like, I'm across what most things do. My problem is I don't know what your shit does, and I refuse to learn.
My shit's very straightforward.
Yeah, set traps.
Yeah. Set 4. Get evenly matched.
Oh, I
My
was
my
looking-
back
oh,
row
sorry.
removal has resolved precisely once against you.
That's fine.
But I was walking past, and I went to the bathroom or something and came back, and then all I hear, you were versing Ethan, all I hear is Ethan go, activate Feather Duster. I was like, oh no, Ben.
Oh, no, it was fine.
That was okay?
Yeah, that was absolutely no
okay.
stress.
I was going to back and watch, but I just heard him go, Feather Duster.
No, he, like-
and you were like, you had like, your back row. I was like, oh.
He activated Feather Duster, and I was like, emergency, and then the protect one, and all I did was lose, like, a negation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, this is no issue to me at all.
Okay. So it's really evenly is the only thing that gives you trouble.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
he dusted me, and then, like, couldn't clear a single thing off my board. And I was like, ah, yes, game.
Yeah, because you just chain and make your thing like untargetable and
Yep.
yeah.
You make it unaffected by monster effects. And then he was going, it was turn 2 at this point. So I was like, this is an
Yeah.
issue.
Not many of the things can actually beat over because it's like 3k, isn't
When
it?
you do that, it becomes a 4/5/4/5.
Shit.
So it's 4/5/4/5. First time to be destroyed by card effect, it's not. Or destroyed by monster effect. By battle, it's not. Unaffected by monster effects. So, like, a dark hole clears it. There's not much else that gets around it.
Yeah.
So back to my week.
Yeah.
Jake's done that before.
Dark hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have done that before. So yeah, still learning out the intricacies of the new stuff. I don't really know if I'm about it. Like, I get it. I get why it's there, the new stuff, like particularly the DDD package. I just don't like it. I don't think I like it anyway, because the amount of times that I've opened just the pendulum is quite bad, and the pendulum doesn't do anything on its own. Like,
Griffin.
it's not like opening Invoker and Meltdown. You can't be like, oh well, it's fine. Like, you have to have both.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Very annoying.
You have to not open it and open a trap and the spell.
Well, like, if you open both, it's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine.
because the ones that summon have to pop a set card you control to summon themselves, or is it a spell and trap card?
Well, they can pop anything. like the little red guy
Yep.
just needs to pop a card on my field.
Oh, okay.
The level 6 red guy
Yep.
needs to pop either a fiend or a set card.
Oh, the Iruha.
Yeah. So there's not a lot that they can't pop.
Yep.
But yeah, like I've just been opening quite awkward hands. It may change when I sleeve, as I've said many times. Consistency goes up when you have new sleeves, and these sleeves are quite old. I just didn't want to sleeve too far away from the OTS champs. So at some point through the week, I will pick up new sleeves and see if the consistency improves. If
You
not,
could probably
I
do
will-
it for
I will
Tuesday, and then that'll probably last till
I won't be
Sunday.
in Tuesday.
Well, that causes issues.
Oh yeah, like no one's going on Tuesday.
Correct.
Yeah,
Wait,
probably.
what's Tuesday?
We got other things.
Yeah, we do the other
Oh,
things.
okay. I thought there was some big thing that I missed.
And then yeah, been doing some Master Duel. I'll get into the intricacies of it soon, but yeah, there's a couple of things coming up that I'm quite excited for. So I guess we'll get into that now. So starting with Master Duel in our big week of news. So we've got the Duel Pass having reset. We were speculating as to what it would be. We now know. So at 50, level 50.
Dan doesn't even check his Facebook.
Oh wow! Oh.
How dare
Well,
he
yeah,
intend to go
we'll
to
need to
locals on
remind
Tuesday?
him about what he's already said that he's planning on attending on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But
Talking
anyway,
about me?
Yep.
yeah. Anyway, at level 50, you get an Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum, the vanilla-y thingy background. No one cares about the backgrounds. At level 75, our new mate is Cross Sheep.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Is it the murder mystery thing?
No.
Don't speak about our plans on the podcast, otherwise we'll get doxxed.
Yeah, we don't want to get. Yeah, we don't want to get doxxed.
Yeah, so that's a cute little mate. So
figured
that's
it out.
just started. So that's just started.
Don't
so
tell
give
her,
Ben
please.
another. She watches the podcast.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
will find out.
You got to find out.
That's alright.
Oh, the podcast comes out before the thing. So,
Can we just like postpone it until like comes out the next day? I mean, I would have figured it out. I just didn't think of it like right now. I swear.
disrespectful. But anyway, so that's just started. So you've got another 30 days before you need to start it, before you finish it to get the thing. So you've still got plenty of time before you have to worry about Master Duel. But also Master Duel, lots of other things are happening
What's
at the
that
moment.
about 6 samurai sleeves?
We'll get to that. Oh wait, no, we won't. Shh. So at the moment,
Did I just leak? I leaked it.
Ooh.
Sheehan sleeves. Ah!
So we
Getting
have
banned.
2 events. One
name
is
is
currently
Jake.
running. One will be coming up in a couple of days. So the first event we have is another monster type festival. So this one is what's it actually called? It is called King of the Island. So the only 5 types of monsters that you can run are beasts, beast warriors, winged beasts, insects, and reptiles. So you can't run anything else. So hand traps. The
weird.
worst hand trap is still alive, Maxi. But
Try to get Maxine.
yeah, so
You played Diddy Crow, right? You said Wing Beast. And
yeah. Diddy Crow's at 1.
Yeah, but
I
try-
think
try to get-
Maxi's at 3, but Diddy Crow's at 1. It's so dumb.
But you only play one in like Traviate, I guess. Anyway.
It's because you can DD Crow your opponent's Maxine, it doesn't resolve.
Oh yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah.
MST negate. So for whatever reason, when this festival came up, in my mind, I was like, oh, you can only run one type. So I was like, what's the best single type deck that I can play that also doesn't cost a lot? Because I don't give that much of a fuck about the festival.
Black Wings?
He's going to build harpies.
Yes.
It's not Duel Links, Ben. You can't. Harpies are not good.
Well, I built them. They were fine because Icarus attack is not once per turn.
You also just can search harpies for the storm, can you not?
No.
Ah.
It is very hard to search Harpies for the Storm, and it's also limited.
Is Thrust in the game yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But it does enough. I found that there's like quite a few semi-back row decks, so I just play Harpy's Hunting Ground and start popping them one by one.
Sure.
Right, yeah, that sounds pretty good.
That works.
And Elegant
That-
Egotist is also not once per turn.
Harpy's Hunting Ground on Duel Links was dumb.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So stupid.
And also the Harpy Lady Synchro is actually quite good.
I don't think I've read it.
Yeah,
The
I've
promo
played
one?
it in decks, but never read it.
So it's kind of like Thunder Dragon Titan. It's like if a spell and trap is activated, or when a spell and trap is activated, you can then target either one of your harpies or one of your opponent's monsters and bounce back to the hand.
Ooh.
It is once per turn, which is a little cringe.
So Titan better.
Well, yeah, but also Titan doesn't have much going on at the moment.
No.
So on the tier list it goes Titan, House Dragon Maid, this Harpy's card.
You'd have to put Lady Lab in there as well.
Does that do it every time?
No.
No, you just once.
Four.
Yeah, fuck Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Shit.
So yeah, I'm doing that. Well, I say I'm doing that. I'm pretty much done that because I've gotten to the point where I want to get to. Because the reward for this event, once you get to, I think it's 5,000 medals, is Kage to Kage.
It's too many.
It's a lot.
Kage to Kage. Remember when that card was good?
Yeah.
I don't even know what the card is.
It's like
a
if
free
you normal
extender.
summon a level 4, it special summons itself from the hand.
What's its like attribute and typing and stuff?
It's a Earth Reptile level 4, and I think it's got like 1200 defense. It's literally just an Xyz extender.
Yeah, okay. Non-cyber extender.
Yeah.
We take those.
Yeah.
Back in
So
the
yeah,
day, we
that's
used
the
to play
festival that's running at the
3
moment.
packs.
I think it'll be running for another week or so.
Was it? It was that and Cockadoodle-Doo you played it. Those were the old level 4 extenders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken.
So yeah, again, lots of gems on offer for that one.
Good.
The one that'll be starting in a couple of days is the Fusion and Xyz Festival. You can play both.
Where's my synchros?
Nah, fuck that synchros. They'll probably bring in synchros once they bring out some more synchro support. So like once Crimson Dragon comes in, because like this will be overrun by Pearly.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, Pearly will
Yeah.
be everywhere in
Definitely
this.
not getting back into Master Duel now.
Just play Pearly.
And they could do the synchro one where they give the Visa support.
He also says it's going to be overrun by Pearly. That you can still just play Terelement.
You could do that, but Terelement is phenomenally bad right now.
Why?
Because you only get 2 fuses per turn.
Oh, because they banned Merly, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've lost Merly, which by extension you've lost Elf,
Yeah.
and the other one.
Oh, is Elf still legal in Master
It's
Duel?
still legal, but they banned the level 2 that let the
Yeah,
best deck
instead
use
of
it.
banning Elf,
So Sprite is
they
still
banned Merly, so
quite
you
playable.
can't reborn it.
Maybe I could do the Drytron combo with the Elf. That was fun. Because you can't reborn full, and then you get popped. You get, like,
Oh.
full. That could be...
Ban it, quick.
Nope. And is Colossus still kicking?
Yeah, he's still there.
Oh boy.
You play Thunder Dragons in this.
You could do that.
You just don't get some Summer Summoner.
Oh yeah, it's not a link. Yeah, you don't need it.
What do you mean you don't get it?
Because
You
it's...
can't play Lynx. It's Fusion and Xyz.
Oh, in that festival, yeah, but you could just play them normally.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what rewards we get for that one, because the full details of that one haven't been issued as yet.
They have. You get ninja cards.
No. So, moving
Good question.
on, the biggest part of the news this week, obviously, the new ban list has dropped, coming into effect as of the 25th. So,
Given how historically
next week?
kind of shit it was. It was underwhelming. It
It-
wasn't completely shit.
Yeah, Dragon
this
Link and that was
feels
it.
like they had a ban list that they had to submit to corporate by 9 a.m. and they slapped this together at 8:57. And
No,
then-
that was the one from June 2020.
yeah, that was also
That was a
phenomenal
great
shit.
ban list.
Which one was that?
The one where they were just like, multi-faker and 2 other cards are at 3. Bye.
That is all.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that
There's the
one?
COVID list.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still so many issues with this format they just haven't addressed at all. And now we're in a 3+ month area where this shit will be running around for
But-
ages.
I would have liked just EV and some other stuff banned. Like, just those turn skippy cards.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of those.
Get rid of
I'm happy.
get rid of Skill Drain, D Barrier, Harpy's Feather Storm, shit like that.
Why is everyone not like D-Barrier at the moment? Am I missing something? What's it doing now that it wasn't doing before?
No, it's just a toxic card in general because it's just something you can't interact with. Like, because Reboot's banned, so it's literally you flip it and it literally you can't do anything.
It's just like...
But at least with Skill Drain, you can try and pop it or do something. Like, there are ways to out it because it's a continuous. Even like I was playing against Gozen Anti-Spell today with Chad, and I was able to like play through them.
But like, do you just not like, say if I was to call Synchro on you, would you just not, like, go Appaloosa and the...
No, but like say I
Other
want to
negate?
try and play Sword Soul for an event, or just something that's
Oh.
like just XZ or just Synchro. Like it's just.
I mean, the same falls for branded, right? Like you.
Call Fusion.
yeah, that's what I just don't.
And they
think
didn't
it's
even have the
healthy.
benefit of like a 10-year-esque thing that they can do, being like, oh, I can do a little bit.
I made it
It's like,
10 year
Also, like I know it's like only Labyrinth can do it, but the fact that they can like set it every single turn.
I
like,
thought that
that's-
kind of toxic thing had been happening, and that's why everyone was like,
I mean, it
oh,
is
I want this
happening.
ban.
It's
Yeah,
just whether
because
it's happening
Labyrinth,
at a level.
Labyrinth didn't get touched, so Labyrinth
Yeah.
are going to be at events, especially like AU events.
But I feel like getting
Yep.
just hit with Eradicator every turn on that same situation is just worse.
Oh yeah, that should be gone too, because that's not you can't
Yeah.
interact with that either. Any
That's the
trap
great thing about
that's
Lab.
like
They can do both.
any trap that I think that is like literally like a turn skip or locks you out of something completely that can't be interacted with, I think should just go.
Yeah.
Like continuous spells, I get are shit and they're floodgates, but at least once you remove them, then you can play. It's not like they flip the trap and then it's like, oh, you just have to accept it, right?
I just like D-Barrier though.
Yeah,
The card's bad.
the card is very, very bad.
Like, in the same vein that Max C was fine at the time that it was around and now is a toxic card, I think has to apply to D-Barrier.
We've had formats where D-Barrier was worse though.
Yeah, it
because
comes in
decks
and
can
out,
do
but-
17
worse.
different things, whereas, like...
No, I mean worse as in like more oppressive on the format.
Yeah, but you also didn't
Oh, yeah.
die the next turn.
Oh well.
Like if you're,
So, did you take a job at Konami TCG for Banlist?
Yes. My name is Jerome.
like imagine Unchained do their like medium-ish combo, well not medium-ish combo, like the full combo because it's like more of like mid-range stuff, and it's like a solid board, but you can break it. But if they just flip D-Barrier and say I decided to play something synchro based, like
Why
so
does-
I straight just lose.
Why does Unchained lose to D-Barrier?
No, it doesn't.
I
I'm
mean,
saying
it
if-
loses
According to
its XYZs.
Jesse Cotton, it does.
How?
Well, it loses the
XYZs,
XYZs.
that's it.
Yeah, but like, isn't that just a summon negate?
Yeah, I know, but it's a non-once per turn summon negate. It's a good
Oh
summon
yeah,
negate.
true. I have literally, you've never resolved that summon negate against me for me to find out that it's not once per turn.
And
I'm
that's,
aware
that
of
was
this.
like my same argument with like Shifter too. Like I think that should go instead of like I had no issue with Arise at all. Like people can look about all they want.
I think they should have just put Birth to 1. So should have banned Birth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Earth
that,
should've
that,
gone.
that that's fine. But like Shifter's still a thing as well.
Yeah.
There are a few decks that can play it. Like Unchained can play it. Rescue
Maybe.
Ace
Shifter?
played it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess what's the deck the Chad was playing today? What's it called?
Exorcist.
Exorcist they could probably still play. They're still
Oh, yeah,
they're
they
still
still
solid.
play easy.
They're still like a sleeper deck because people top with it like before as well.
Yeah.
Well, nothing's changed for it. It's still doing the same thing. It's just
Yeah.
depending on the format, it either does really great or really shit.
But yeah, I just think they could have cleaned up the format, like not the format, like just some problematic cards or more, and then maybe if they didn't want to go too crazy, get rid of like some of those traps, and then just brought some stuff that like off the list, like harp and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just to kind of rejuvenate some older decks or give them
Well, they did that.
something.
They released Unchained support.
Yeah. But you know what I mean?
And Infernoble support.
Yeah, and Infernoble
Yeah,
support.
but like I mean, if
How
like,
dare you argue with Konami's ability to revitalize old decks? You got 50% of it.
but yeah, I don't know. The banner sucked. In conclusion,
It was.
It's really not great.
Yeah.
So yeah, the format really hasn't changed, nor will
No.
it for a while. If anything, it'll only get worse because we get the Diablo Star thing that just adds an extra negate to most boards.
It's fine.
It's not fine. The only reason you're
It's
saying
okay.
it's fine is because you're going to play that card.
Yes.
So fucking
Cuts
disgusting.
prosperity. Puts that in deck. Good work.
Also, Potter's Eyes is still at 2. Just want to put it out there.
Yeah, the card should be at 3.
Yeah, same as Callback.
No, 2's the correct ratio. Just gonna say it.
Yeah, honestly, if it
Yeah.
came to 3, I probably wouldn't play it at 3.
Yeah. So who
I'm
cares?
kind of used to 2.
You don't really want to ever resolve 2.
Yeah. I've done that. I've done that before in Sword Soul.
You don't want to, though.
It sucked, but I had to do
Plus, at least if you've only got 2 desires, if you desires into a desires, you're not getting 2 desires.
Yeah, you're not
You
gonna
can't
desire
possibly
double
get 2
desires.
desires.
it. Oh, I don't know anyone
Because
who's
that
done that.
had happened to me, and I think that was like when it was first available to me, and I was like, okay, I'm never playing it at 3. Never, ever, ever.
The odds of me being able to just banish 8 cards and 2 desires versus me banishing 10 cards and drawing the other 2 desires is too damn high. I won't be doing it again.
That 0.7% chance.
Fucking hell. But circling back a little bit and talking about old archetypes getting support, we had some exciting announcements for the upcoming Terminal World pack. They are getting support.
So, is this a main set?
No, it's a side set.
Okay.
So I could build a deck thing.
Okay. So they're going to reprint Infernoid in here.
Yeah.
So there is
Yeah.
no point buying it.
No, they're literally reprinting.
Oh, it actually
All
gives
that.
the reprints.
Yeah.
That is reprint the entire deck.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Instead of just giving them a structure deck.
Nah.
Well,
That's the thing. There's going to be heaps of archetypes in this.
so is this going to be like a collector rare set sort of thing?
There's 2 things. One, like, these aren't the only things that were in Terminal Lore. There's heaps of other stuff. Plus, you had that tweet from Konami OCG of the text of Monolith translated. Exactly. And then the other
We
thing
can
is
give them
too,
another skill drain.
this is Terminal World 01. So they're leaving it open to do it
So it's just
again
a whole
with
new
other stuff.
series of sets.
Effectively, yeah. But it
neat.
seems to be centered only on the
Terminal World Lore.
Terminal World Lore.
What's
Correct.
The
It's like-
arcade machine you used to be able to play.
so it started with
Like dual
What
terminal.
was it? Yeah, no, sorry, I'm wrong. That was dual terminal.
yeah, that is that.
Oh, it is that?
Oh,
Yeah.
so that means
But
Icebarrow is going to get another kind of not retraining, but reprint set thing.
I'd like to point
already got
out.
the
Based
structure
on
there.
that,
Oh,
Ice Barrier support.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
So,
Yeah.
so we start with what I would think is their best card. It's
We're
a
going to
level
talk about
10.
this garbage?
This card is good.
Yeah, but the Infernoid stuff is just so much better.
Well, we'll get on to that.
You were just on it and you took it away.
Yeah, because he
Oh.
gave me segue for Ice Barrier.
Yeah, no,
So it's a level 10 Water Dragon Synchro.
water.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Your
So once per
incest.
chain, if your opponent special summons a monster, special summon an Ice Barrier from your hand, deck, or extra deck, or graveyard, then change one opponent's attack position monster to defense position. And if it leaves the field by your opponent, you special summon a Ice Barrier Synchro from your extra deck, and it's treated as a Synchro.
Oh, you summon Trish.
Correct.
Looking for Starlight Trish.
Can't
Um,
summon Nutrish because it misses timing.
Yeah,
That's fusion.
There's the new big Trish.
Oh, the
Synchro.
yeah.
Wait, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it has to be summoned Chainlink 1.
It is summon Chainlink 1.
This?
If it leaves the field, it's Synchro summons.
Yeah, but if it leaves the field at like... Oh, so it activates new chain at Chainlink 1 if you... Yeah, okay, cool. They at least did that.
Yeah, leaves the field, summon, and then effect.
Yeah.
Unless the reason it wouldn't trigger
Wait,
is you
does
chain
this
block.
miss timing?
No, it's an if.
Okay.
Why can't it be a win?
So this one, the summoning from deck and wherever, is twice per turn.
Not twice.
No, twice.
Twice.
Does it have to change something to defense position?
It appears
Imagine.
it probably does. You can.
Okay, so that makes it decent.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
And then all of the Ice Barrier stuff is like if you control another Ice Barrier, it floodgates some aspect of the game.
Yeah.
So it seems good.
Floodgate deck.
Speaking of which, they've got a new level 6. Its Floodgate is monsters use your opponent's graveyard can activate their effects while you control another Ice Barrier. So it's just Soul Drain.
Outs
on legs.
Unchained.
It does. But it's also only got 1200 defense, so any main deck Unchained monster can kill it.
Literally a normal summon outs it.
And then they've got another tuner that summons
Oh, but
tokens.
the synchro changes to defense. You try to attack over, it changes it.
It does that on the special summon. So if you
Is there a
normal
quick
summon
effect to
it,
special summon?
it's only if your opponent special summons a monster that does the thing.
Oh, okay.
Also, by the time this comes out, Unchained will be a thing of the past. Like, Diablo Star Rescue Ace will be out. There'll be other shit.
What's this style card?
It's the new archetype.
The
that comes
level
out.
7 spellcaster. It basically sets a spell or a trap, I think it is, that acts as Red Dragon Abyss. It just targets a card and negates it.
Oh, this acts like the synchro card.
Yeah, it's also a level 1 extension package.
Ah, is that why Rescue Ace was like really good in OCG?
Correct.
It was good, and then it got this as well.
God damn it.
Next
Yeah.
Sunday night, 10 p.m., they're going to announce that they're banning some Rescue Ace cards.
Yeah, Hydra to 1.
I think, if anything, they might put Airlifter to 1. because it's one card full combo.
Yeah.
I would happily take any hits that they have to offer.
Jake really doesn't like Rescue Ace.
I don't. It's a
I'm
back row
not-
deck
I'm
in
not-
effect, and I've never liked back row decks.
Sure.
But anyway, back onto the thing
It
that Ben
does
wanted
do
to
a
talk
lot
about.
of different things, which is.
I
I don't have a
settings.
major issue with it. I hate I'd rather verse Rescue Ace with like full back row than like versing purely that just have it unaffected Noir and just go have fun.
It's okay. We out the unaffected Noir.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So like the other day, Kurt asked me what we were going through our list for Orange, and he's like, "How do you out Noir?" And I was like, "Literally, normal summon impulse is Noir is done."
It affects the player
it affects
by
the player.
meaning they can't activate the effects
Highest
of the
attack
highest
monster.
attack monster on the board.
Ah, so they can't detach and get rid of shit.
If they do, you chain and summon from deck.
Ah.
It at the very least takes 4 materials off the Noir.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Anyway, the other archetype that was announced for support in the Terminal World pack is Infernoid. So they get a new fusion, just needs 2 Infernoid monsters, and then it banishes an Infernoid from your grave, and then send Infernoid monsters with different names from each other from your deck to the graveyard, equal to the banished monsters level. So if you use one of the big ones, it sends lots of them to the bin.
It's so good.
Oh no.
They get a link 4.
Ulti's enough.
If your opponent special summons a monster, tribute 1 monster, negate the summoned if you do banish those monsters. And
Just,
if a card is banished from
Not
your
once per
graveyard,
turn. Solemn.
banish 1 card on the field. And then if it's sent to the if it's destroyed by your opponent, special summon an Inferno monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions.
So if you go into this and then have Void Feast set, you can have Spell Trap, negate, monster negate, and then get a double Solemn off. It's absurd. Also in there's a DD Crow.
It is a link 4, so they have to invest quite a bit into getting it out.
It's a generic link 4 though, isn't it?
2+ monsters, including an Inferno.
That's not that hard to do.
It's really not. They get a spell. It's reveal an Inferno monster or a void spell and trap in hand. Discard the entire hand, then draw the same number of cards you discarded. Well, it's just to get the Infernoids out of hand because
In Inferno,
they
it's
do
quite good.
fucking nothing in
Yeah,
hand.
because they just banished to some of the other shit.
Yeah.
The graveyard effect is probably more prevalent, assuming that you don't die immediately to these new stuff. If it's in the graveyard and all you control is fiends, other than the turn is sent there, banish it, target up to 11 banished Infernoids, return them to the graveyard.
Just resets the game state for them.
That's
So if they're out of resources, they just go bloop, all the way
Yeah,
back.
That's
that was always the
dirty.
thing with Infernoid. You could grind them out sometimes, and if they ran out of stuff that they could actually banish, they were kind of up shit creek. But this is just oh no, I'm out of Infernoids. Anyway,
All back.
Just gave him crazy grind game now. Can you use so the turn you use the shuffle back effect, you can't use its other effect though, right?
No.
It's one effect once per turn. Yeah, okay. Well,
yeah.
at least that's
And
that's the thing.
The banish to put them back is once per duel.
Yes. So you can only do it once per.
Oh, thank fuck.
But they realistically,
They're really
need
only
to
gonna
do
do
it
it
once
once.
per duel.
Yeah, especially if they're milling a shit ton.
And
Right?
it's up to 11.
Up to 11. Yep.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
can put
imagine if
back
they go what's
everything.
that? Is it reasoning where you call the level and you just dump everything?
Yeah.
Do that and then.
Always call 1.
Yeah. 1. It used to be either 4 or 1, but now it's just 1 because snow is banned.
Yes.
So they get 1 more continuous card. Inferno monsters you control gain 100 attack for each of your banished Inferno monsters. You control no monsters or all monsters you control are fiends. Activate one of the effects. You can either banish or add 1 banished Inferno monster to your hand, or special summon an Inferno monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions.
This is great.
Fiends. Oh, Unchained.
All these Inferno
Yeah,
cards
but
are
once you start doing
really good.
Infernoid stuff, they put a level restriction. You can only have up to a certain level of monsters on board, and then you can't summon anything else.
That's where the link just says, oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that. Although Unchained has its consistency problems already. I don't feel it needs to be added to.
Yeah.
Are you putting
So-
Prosperity in your list?
I don't have Prosperity.
Oh, okay.
You don't
Well,
own
you-
it.
surely someone they could lend them to, maybe.
We've been over this so many times.
I don't know.
Nobody
Uh,
lends them to me. I have asked multiple people
Oh.
multiple times. No one wants to give them to me.
I'm the only one that has them, probably.
I got a set, but
Exactly.
Yes. This
no,
is
but
the problem.
they're not just secrets though, so I can't just lend them out.
Exactly.
If I had secrets, I would lend them to you ages ago.
I have secrets, but I play them in every deck.
You don't play Morisco Ace?
Yes, you do.
Oh, fine. Okay, I'm sorry.
Great card.
Anyway, moving on to some more support, we have the new fish support.
Now, I won't talk
Fish.
shit about this because I know how much you like this.
It's bad.
I mean, I like the idea of it. I haven't read into it too
Whales.
much. But yeah, being able to summon White Aura Whale in its own deck seems kind of fun. Yeah, spoilers, it's White Aura support. So they get a level 4 and a level 2 that all sort of special summon shit when there's the same name somewhere on the board. They get a new level 6, which is better than White Aura Dolphin, because White Aura Dolphin sucks. It's
Like a
so
new
bad.
Like a new synchro.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, White Aura Porpoise.
You did it on
Porpoise?
Porpoise.
I know, but it sounds funnier if I say Porpoise.
No, it doesn't.
I'm being facetious.
He's doing it on
Porpoise.
Porpoise. Ben.
Yeah, there, he gets it. He gets it. They get a
Except he's
continuous.
saying it properly.
I'd say
They also get a continuous spell that's really quite good for that archetype. When it resolves, add a fish monster that has an
Fish.
effect to treat itself as a tuner from your deck to your hand. If your White Aura monster is attacked at the end of damage step, you can make it have a second attack, or if it attacked rather. And then if a level 8 or higher fish synchro is special summoned
Fish.
from your graveyard, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls.
It's pretty good for fish. What's the other like fish synchro deck?
Goaty.
Yeah, can you mix it with that? Or
Yes.
No? Ooh.
Yeah, if anything, it's the main way to make White Aura work. Because there's not enough like main deck White Aura
Do you think
things.
those two together can actually like be something decent, or is it just kind of
Like-
like a fun deck still?
It's still just sitting in like the fun sort of column. But more excitingly, we have Magispector support that's also been announced coming out in Photon Nightmare.
Andrew's very excited
Phantom
for this.
Nightmare. That's
Yeah,
well,
it's-
it's just very good
He
support.
was
To
telling
be
me
fair,
about it on yesterday after Digi, and he's explaining it. I was like, yeah, that's kind of correct.
It is quite good.
The new XE or something.
But they
Very-
do desperately need Kieran to come off the ban list for this to be decent.
yeah, like a lot of their effects do resolve around having a level 6 wind spellcaster, of which there's only one other, which is Oath Dragon Magician.
Well, apparently the XZ like has it on the artwork or something.
Yeah,
Kieran's
Kieran
on a fair few artworks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's on the
Yeah.
artwork of like all the new stuff. And it's like,
Yeah, he's on 2 of the 4 new cards.
Yeah.
but
Here's
would
the
it be, I don't know what it does, but like, would it be broken if it came back?
Kieran.
Yeah.
very good.
It's just a bounce every time. So it's untargetable,
Is it a
and
pendulum?
it bounces every
Is
time.
it a pendulum as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But their scales don't allow them to keep summoning Kieran.
Okay. So as long as he's your only scale, then you can keep doing it, basically. Is that right?
No, so like he's a level 6, but their scales are 2 and 5. So it's quite awkward for them to be going Kieran every
Yeah,
time.
because you can't pendulum summon him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, they get a new level 4. If you control Magispector, it special summons itself, and then you can target a Magispector spell in your graveyard and set it when it's normal special summoned. They get an Xyz that puts itself in scale, does some other shit. It's a lot of
Specs
effects.
from deck.
Yeah, special summons the level 6 or wind lower. Spellcaster from
So,
deck.
rank
aka
4,
Kieran.
spec from deck.
Yeah.
And then the Link 2.
Link
adds-
2's Boston.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Link
he
2
told me
adds
about
back
it.
the
He
2
told me.
materials that you used, and then gets another 2 pendulums from
Adds
your deck
back.
with different names and puts them in the extra deck.
So pretty much you make it, and then you get your scales back.
Yeah, you get scales
It's
back, and you
so-
get 2 monsters to be able to do new searches.
Yep.
Yeah. Andrew was explaining this to me as well. I'm like, this is
The only benefit is this is
Dumb.
the only Magispector outside of like the extra decky kind of stuff, and the Draco Slayer one that's a cheat, that can be targeted. So you can just imperm this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like a.
They just love giving pendulum links that like if you imperm it, their turn is over.
See, they just play the Sky Striker card now to protect the extra deck monster.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of
just-
what they did in Pendulum for a little while too.
Eagle Booster, protect it.
Yeah, but that also adds like a bricky card to their deck as well.
Oh, they want to draw it.
They
Like-
want to draw the.
The Eagle Booster. Yeah.
And then the quick play
I'll max out
spell,
at 3.
special
Play
summon a
engage to search it.
Magispector from your hand or graveyard. If you contribute, hang on, or if you tributed a monster at activation.
specs from
Oh,
deck.
so you contribute instead to special from decks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so really good support for a deck that no one's really thought of for quite some time.
I'm going to dig through my bulk tonight and find it.
already have all my Kieran setting aside for when and if he comes off the ban list.
When
got
is
all my
this
Kieran's as
released?
well.
Unless watch them.
We won't get it till like July.
Yeah,
till
it's not our
January.
next main set. It's our main set
Oh,
after.
I was going to
so,
say,
yeah,
this
it won't
was
be
like,
till post
if this
YCS.
lined up with the next ban list, then
No, there'll be a ban list before we get this set.
yeah. Surely they release that card. Like, it makes
Well,
sense.
that's the
You gotta
thing. They've had the habit. It's more so been with the Radas, but they could just do a Ancient Fairy Dragon type thing, being like, Kieran's off the list as of this date.
So you think
They
it'll get
did
around?
also release a full wave of Heavy Metal Foes support and still kept Electromite banned.
There is that too.
Yeah.
But do you think
they got
would,
another link? Fuck them.
Do you think Kieran deserves the errata, or do you think he should just come off?
Oh, let's bring it up.
Yeah.
Like, it's legal in the OCG. It never got banned.
Yeah. Is,
Like,
it kind
no one
of, is
played
it kind of like a Danglong situation where like it was like dumb broken and now
It was just
fine.
so back in the day when you could just pen summon every turn. It
Yeah.
was bad because you just go bounce, summon it again, bounce, summon it again, bounce, summon it again. But now it's awkward with your scales, and you got to go to a zone, and
Because no one was
Yeah.
using it in the deck that it belonged in, by the way. They were
Oh.
just using it in Metal
you
Foes.
played it in Metal Foe where your scales
Ah.
1/7, and every turn you just go summon, bounce, summon, bounce, summon, bounce.
So you're getting this and more Metal Foe support.
No, we've already had the Metal Foes
Yeah.
support.
We had Metal
Oh.
Foe support like 2 years ago, and
Oh,
everyone
okay. I
like
didn't pay attention.
I shouted from the rooftops, being like, "Electromite's coming back!"
Yeah.
Didn't.
Felt too good. But like this link seems this new one.
The
seems-
link's pretty good.
Yeah. But is it generic pendulum link or is it
Two
requires
pendulums,
a
including a
Magispector.
Magispector.
Okay, well
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
balances a little bit. Doesn't it?
Well, that's the thing. It needs to return Magispectors to your hand to be able to dump
And
Magispectors
it is
from the deck.
up to 2 though,
Yeah, yeah,
so it will regardless always get you 1.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, the new Magispector cards all spec from deck anyway. So
Yeah, so at least they
It'll spec.
put some kind of restriction on it.
Yeah.
If it was generic pendulum, then maybe we have an issue.
Although the replays I've seen of it have been obnoxious because obviously the Draco Slayer 1 searches a field spell and they're all
They also
spellcasters,
Secret
so
Village.
they're just
Yeah,
playing
Andrew
Secret
told me
Village.
that too.
Secret Village is one of their archetypal cards.
Anywho, moving on, we have another archetype getting support in Phantom Nightmare, and that is the Horus cards, the level 8 cards.
pretty keen.
More Horus cards.
So now we get an actual Horus card. The other ones have all been Sons of Horus. This is just
Horus.
Horus. The Black Flame Deity.
It's not just called Horus, damn.
Yeah, no. Imagine it just says
Horus.
Horus.
So they're doing a retrain of like the horse, like the level ones.
Not
think so.
specifically.
Oh, so
it's
separate,
just
okay.
related by name, not by typing or
Oh, okay.
playstyle or anything. So if you control a Horus monster and a King Sarcophagus, reveal it in hand and send a card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Send 1 card from the field to the graveyard.
Any card on the field.
Yes.
Damn, Daniel.
And then if it face up King Sarcophagus and or Horus monster other than itself, it leaves the field by an opponent's card, special summon it from the hand, and then send all other monsters on the field to the graveyard.
Wow.
And then the field spell treats its name as King Sarcophagus. It's actually called Stone Wall of the Imperial Tombs. You will forget that name because once it's on board, it's no longer that.
It's called Sarcophagus.
Is it only while it's on the field, or is
While
it
it's
like,
in the field zone.
Okay, so you can't like search it as if it was the other card. sort of thing. Okay.
No,
It
didn't
doesn't
do-
harpy lady you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can add a Horus monster from your deck to your hand, and then place a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. And if you activate the effect of Horus the Black Flame Deity, you can draw 1 card.
And this is the second wave of it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the first wave, they all have Horus in the name, right, as well.
Yeah, they're all Sons of Horus from memory.
Yeah, but in the OCG they did not do very much.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that's the case because I actually keen to actually like build it and put it together, and I don't want it to be like end up being like insanely good, and then it like kind of puts me off grabbing it all because everyone will just be playing it. So.
Here's the thing. That kind of played out in the TCG with Sprite versus Tier. OCG was big on Sprite. Tier was like the second run deck. It was like not super big on release. And then the TCG looked at that and went, nah, fuck it, Fusey Women.
But
I did say originally.
Like, it did flip eventually.
also the big factor is in the OCG, Horus is exclusively being grass decks.
Yes.
Something that we don't have. Yeah.
So what are the what is the first wave when you dump? Like, if you like grass them all,
They
to the
spec
bin,
from
they're all
grave
special.
and do
Okay.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, they'll probably do some shit in the TCG. From what I've seen, again, of replays, it's like just a synchro spam engine. Because you just get like the level 8 on board, summon your little level 2 synchron dude, make Barone, blah blah blah.
Oh, Revolution Synchron.
No. The other one. What's it called?
Assault Synchron.
That one.
Looking for
That one.
quarter century rares.
They're a lot cheaper.
You should
than
buy
they
them
used to be.
from nondescript Melbourne Yu-Gi-Oh store. They'll send you quarter century rares every day of the week.
Yeah, definitely not ones that they've drawn by hand.
Definitely not just secrets.
Oh, you will, yeah. No, if I wanted to get the
Jesus.
wrong card, I'd just buy off Cherry.
I danced around saying it. Oh wait, why did I dance around saying it? I'm banned from this store anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
cherry
true.
collectibles.
The worst thing's already happened to you.
Yeah,
What's like it's happened to me anyway, so I don't give a shit.
Wait, so it's happened to 3 of you now?
yeah. And it's happened to Leo twice.
Remember I bought the Starlight Cheese and got the Chinning?
I don't know why
was like,
Leo
bro.
went back. He had it happen to him, and then he was like, "I'm gonna try it again."
Yeah, he went back
and they
for
fucked
the...
him
You
again.
had a voucher.
And then they fucked up his order on the voucher.
It's so dumb.
So bad. We have our next V-Jump promo having been hinted at. So this one is called Pendulum Witch. It is a level 3 Earth Pendulum monster. We
It's
don't
gotta
know
be a
yet-
spellcaster.
Shocking.
I think it'll be a machine. Earth machine.
Oh,
Earth
didn't
machine
think
support.
about that. Yep, it's machine dupe target.
Yep.
Anyway, the hint that we get is guarantees your chances of victory 8 to 9 times out of 10.
Ew. What?
It's gonna be fucking like die roll related or some shit.
What do you mean by 8 to 9 times?
That's just what it
That's
says.
gonna-
We don't know. We don't know its effect. Effect is secret. Shh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when
Jake's not just trying to hide stuff. It's
no.
genuinely, It's the usual secret
It-
box.
yeah. Oh well, actually no, you can't see. I demonstrated that when I put
Just
my.
screenshot it and put it on the screen.
No, I'm
Oh,
not
no.
doing that.
Ben doesn't
Oh.
edit.
Oh, okay.
I have to
So-
edit enough. If I remember to.
Valid.
He doesn't remember, is what I was saying. Oh, sorry, I forgot about this archetype as well, coming out in Phantom Nightmare, the retrain ritual garbage from nearly 20 years ago.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah, it is
It's a cute
pretty
deck.
much that.
They're
Is this
all.
the
Um,
same set as your bell?
Yes. There's a lot coming in the U-Bell set. Some of it really good, some of it really shit.
I'm just keen
I
for
would
horror
count
stuff.
this
It
in
just
the
looks-
ladder.
It just looks interesting.
It
I
looks
just hope it doesn't like really take off because I don't know.
it gone.
People like Jake will spend money on it.
I'll definitely like buy it so regardless, but it's not as enjoyable picking up something that I think is gonna be fun when it's gonna be like saturated. If that makes sense.
I think there's going to be a lot out there to buy because everyone's going to be ripping it open for the other stuff.
What's the really broken stuff on the set?
That's where we get that level 1 negate support.
Diablo Star.
Ah,
yeah, all
okay.
that
Well,
kind
at
of
least
shit.
that will be the sought after, and then I can focus on
that.
horse.
Oh, take these.
Yes.
There is confirmed one horror secret already.
Ah, in the second wave.
Yeah.
What about in the first wave?
Oh no, in the first
No,
wave.
it's in the
Sorry,
first wave because it's the Ultra promo card.
And that'll be quarter century too.
Yeah, they're all quarter centuries.
Yeah.
True, very true. But anyway, moving on to the garbage ritual type. So yeah, as I hinted at before, they are all semi-retrains of old cards. This one is just of a ritual spell, like that character featured on the ritual spell. While it's on the board, I think it does something.
They're all kind of meh. But
Yeah, they're all a little bit
cute
shit.
nonetheless because they're all retrains of old rituals.
Yes. So you've got that one that's
The
from
art stuff is the more interesting.
No- Novox's
The law,
prayer.
Ben. The law.
So you've got Novox's Prayer being a monster, Saphira being now a more woman-looking dragon queen thing.
They all got human forms basically.
Yeah, Saravis now having a human
Don't use
form,
pronouns.
and Skull Guardian now having, I don't know, more. Yeah. And then
More
they get
like,
another
yeah.
ritual spell, a continuous spell, and a trap. The trap actually seems okay. Target cards your opponent controls up to a number of Light Warrior and Dragon ritual monsters you control, destroy them, and then destroy the continuous card.
My
Why
Saphira
did it have to be
ulti's
light-
gone up to the moon.
Why did it have
Oh,
to
actually?
be light warrior? Because like Drytron. they're all
No
lights.
splashing!
But big
No.
splash.
No.
Damn
No
it.
splash.
Well, wait for the whale support then.
Yeah,
They
splash.
do big splashes.
Anyway, lastly on product news, we have the TCG Crimson King structure deck having been announced. all the same kind of stuff that you'd really expect. I don't think there was like a great deal of deviation from the OCG one.
They reprinted Hot Red, and then it was like, oh yeah, cool.
The Calamity or the other one?
All of them.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Calamity didn't get hit on this
No.
either.
No, it didn't, and it really should have, because kind of cringe.
Yeah.
We also got that vanilla card that does nothing.
Well, most
Oh,
vanilla.
Our
yeah.
first
No,
human.
it's
All vanillas do
literally
nothing.
not. You can't play it in the duel. It's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
attack and defense stat, and it says you can't play in the duel.
And it's
So
not a prize card.
No, it's
No.
just
It-
in the structure
It
deck.
has that as the art.
It's Jack
It has
Atlas.
Oh,
3,000
I've seen
attack,
that. Yeah.
and it is a human, and
Oh,
you cannot play it.
Who man?
Sorry, you can't use it in a duel, so you can't even be like, "Oh, this is my Jack
This is my
Atlas,
token."
Token. No.
Yeah, people still use them for tokens anyway. Like no one cares.
Yeah,
Can
and you'll get
technically
them
get
banned.
Yeah, but I wouldn't use it. If someone uses it as a token, I'm like, yeah, go for it. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, yes, to my opponents at Alliance on Sunday, you are welcome to try and use that token. I need the wins. I need the wins. Moving on to our questions, though. If you wonder where we do have a Discord, link will be in the description below. Feel free to jump in, say hi, and ask us questions. Our first one this week comes to us from Six Scythe 6. When will C4G post in Facebook again? Great question.
I don't think we have control of it.
I mean, we definitely don't.
Yeah,
So it's a
think-
Bragg has it then?
maybe.
I'd assume so. If it's attached to the Google account, then
No one has control of it.
Who's
It's
like,
gone.
Who's like OG like CVG? You and Bragg?
No, it's
Definitely
like,
not me.
It's like Blake, Bragg, and Lachlan, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe Blake and Bragg.
Okay. So
I don't
maybe
know.
maybe Blake has it.
Maybe.
oh god, then it's definitely lost.
Lost
Yeah,
in the
it's
void.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that like I'm too busy to post on socials because I have like work socials, and even then they're generated for me, and I just have to press a button. So for me to like bespoke go out and make content for Facebook just seems
No,
like it's not going to happen.
I don't post on any social media.
No, you don't.
Facebook's not really the best place to be doing social media stuff anyway.
Nah, post everything you want there. Conspiracy theories everywhere.
True.
I'm gonna post my theories on Facebook about how the Jack Atlas token was
Tokeland.
yeah, that it was. Yeah, hear me out. Hear
Token
me out.
like Big Splash.
So they made that because they wanted to incorporate the Lord of the Rings into the game because you have the Lord of the Rings stuff's over in Magic, and they're like, no, not enough. We need to make our own tokens. And then
What JIR Tokelands?
yes, and then
Maybe they just want people to get DQ'd.
that's why they printed
Yes.
the fucking the Hand of the King and those cards.
More people
Just-
that get DQ'd,
Like the game's already at its highest level of complexity. Let's just add these little traps along the way of being like,
You like Jack Atlas? Banned.
yeah,
Bro.
you can like Sky Striker all you like apparently as long as you pay them money. But if you like humans, get out.
Humans.
But yeah, to answer your question, no idea. Next question
Didn't Bragg
is
respond to that? Or
Deva. I'm going to miss this question.
okay, damn. Next question.
Oh, hang on, no, that was a different question. He responded to the next question, which is from Tuesday's Noob. Why do you think Yu-Gi-Oh is so far behind the other two big CCGs in terms of how many people podcast and how big those podcasts are?
So like Magic and Pokemon like content.
Yeah.
Long form content gets shit loads of views
Yes.
and clicks.
I think it's just Pokemon's just bigger in general.
So like the tempo of those games is longer, so people are willing to sit down and not pay attention for a while. Whereas our games are done so quickly
yeah.
that long form content, no.
Like, it was relatively recent that like a YCS final was 5 minutes long. Because they just got fucked.
Welcome to you.
Well, probably like the streams and stuff, they go for longer anyway because they've got like the card game, and then VGC.
Oh yeah,
and
Pokemon
stuff.
streams go for
Yeah.
like an entire weekend.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh is slowly
Yu-Gi-Oh streams go
trying
for
to
an
build up to
entire
it.
blog article.
Konami just people like Yu-Gi events just don't make the effort. It's like
No.
They're getting there, to be fair.
it's just like how hard is it just get some gear together, stream the event, and just make it like just make it just make
Make
it
the
solid.
artwork.
Like come on, they just put the effort in.
Or you could write it down.
True.
Yeah,
And just so no one reads it.
you could not pay someone
Maybe
to
it's-
write it all down for someone else to not read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's
I've never read it ever.
maybe
never
it's
will.
Konami trying to change the mentality around Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, making
Yu-Gi-Oh
it
players
speak things.
don't read, so they're like, No, fuck you. We're only doing written coverage. Read. They're trying to teach us.
Imagine that they actually had a live stream, but it was like Star
Maybe-
Wars text of it just floating up to the screen of what was happening.
Okay, Ben, hear me out. I'm taking a quote from you. So we're lazy and we don't read is because Konami's also lazy. They don't do shit.
He's calling you out, Jerome.
It's about the 20th time he's addressed Jerome in the last 2 weeks. He doesn't watch, bro. Otherwise, we'd already be banned.
It's
I
fine.
want him to respond so bad, just to see.
I'm going to call out Jerome every week. Calling you out, Jerome. Next question, Jake.
Next question from 6i6. Will Salman Great still be Salman Mid given Gazelle to 3 on the newest ban list?
Jake read this question this time. Yeah, it's still going to be Salaman mid.
It doesn't change
Does the
how
same
good the
thing.
deck is. It just changes, I've definitely seen my Gazelle this time as opposed to, I had to search for my Gazelle. Like, they still had 3 circle. If they're not seeing Gazelle, they're not trying.
Activate shifter. Pass.
That's true. Yeah, deck does the same thing.
Yeah, it literally doesn't change anything. Also, I don't like how much you're pushing Salaman Great content on this podcast. I need you to stop.
It's a Josh fan. We don't like that.
Yeah, we're not about that here.
We don't like Josh.
He doesn't watch, he won't find out.
We'll tell him directly. It's fine.
But that does conclude us for this week. Thank you all very much for listening and watching. If you are listening, feel free to favourite. It really helps us in the back. If you want to jump onto YouTube, like and subscribe. Jump to our Discord. Ask us some questions for next week. And we'll catch you all then. Peace.
Bye.